You didn't do anything obviously wrong. You didn't ghost her. You didn't say something crazy. You didn't mess up in any way you can point to. You just did a few things that felt completely normal, and somewhere in there she started losing interest. That's the part nobody talks about. Bro, get your hand out of your pants.
Huh?
Here are 7 mistakes that kill attraction, and you're probably making all of them. 1, you over-explain everything. She texts you something simple. You write back, delete it, write it again. Because the first version sounded too intense, soften it a little, add a haha. So it doesn't come across too serious, read it 3 more times, decide the haha looks, try hard, delete the haha, and send it. She reads it in about 4 seconds. Bro, she's not reading every word you carefully picked. She's reading the feeling behind the message. And that feeling is that you're a little scared. People don't process words first. They process energy first. The anxiety comes through before the sentence does. So say what you want to say and stop. No, what I mean is no follow-up clarification 3 minutes later. The first version was almost always fine. Second one, you're too available. She mentioned she might be free Saturday. Not that she wants to hang out, just that she might be free. You clear the whole day. She texts at 9 p.m., you're in the middle of something, you stop everything and reply in 40 seconds, then spend the next 3 minutes wondering if 40 seconds was too fast. So you decide next time you'll wait 8 minutes. 8 minutes feels natural. Man, you just spent 8 minutes trying to look like you weren't waiting for her text while waiting for her text. The problem isn't replying fast or slow. The problem is why you're replying. Someone who genuinely has a life doesn't run this calculation, and women feel that difference even when they can't explain it. You're probably thinking this is just a texting thing. It's not. It's just where it shows up first. Third, and this is where most guys don't realize what's actually happening. You're already operating from fear. There's a specific moment when everything shifts, not when you started liking her. Later, the moment you started being afraid of losing her. Those two things feel identical from the inside. They are not the same to her. When you genuinely like someone, you just want to be around them. That's it. When you're afraid of losing someone, you start running calculations. What to say, when to say it, how to say it. Every text becomes a move. Every conversation becomes a test. You're trying not to fail. The behavior looks almost the same from the outside, but the energy behind it is completely different. And that energy is what she's actually reading. This is the root of everything else on this list. Tips 1 and 2 aren't texting problems. They're what fear looks like in your fingers. You can't control what she feels. You can only control where you're coming from. That's the only variable that's actually yours. Here's a big one, and this one is the one most guys won't admit to you, need her to reassure you. She's a little quiet today. Not cold, not mad, just less warm than yesterday. And immediately something in you starts running. Is she upset? Did you say something wrong? You go back and reread the last conversation. Seems fine, but it seemed fine when you sent it to, and now she's quiet, so maybe it wasn't. You're already typing, hey, everything okay? You shouldn't send it. You send it anyway, because sitting with that uncertainty is worse than just asking. Here's what she was actually doing when you sent that something else entirely. She wasn't recalibrating her feelings about you. She was just living her Tuesday. You took her normal day and turned it into a referendum on where you stand. That message doesn't read as caring, dude. It reads as needy. And what she now knows that she maybe didn't know before is that her mood becomes your emotional weather. That's a weight most people eventually put down. Once you need someone's reaction to feel stable, you've handed them something they didn't ask to carry. 5, you try to impress her. Mid-conversation, things are going fine. There's a small pause and you reach for it. The job, the project, somewhere you've been. She didn't ask. You volunteered, you can hear yourself doing it mid-sentence, you know exactly what's happening, you can't stop. The silence after lands differently than the silence before, not bad, just different. A small shift in temperature that you both feel and neither of you names. This is tip 4, pointing outward. In tip 4, you were asking her to close the gap. Here you're trying to close it yourself by making your value obvious enough that the anxiety settles. Different move, same fear underneath. If she didn't ask, don't volunteer. That's genuinely the whole fix. 6, you become a different person around her. Your friends know how you sound. The pace, the jokes, the way you take up space. Then she calls and you hear yourself switch. More careful, cleaner sentences, less rough around the edges. You literally sound like a different dude. She's not attracted to the edited version, not because polished is bad, but because she can feel it's a performance. And here's what happens psychologically when someone acts noticeably different around you than they do around everyone else. It creates a subtle unease even if she can't name it. She doesn't fully relax because she doesn't know which version of you is real. She's dating the highlight reel, not the person. And at some point, the highlight reel gets exhausting to watch. Last one, and this is where all the other ones lead. You accept treatment you shouldn't. She cancels last minute. You say no worries. She goes quiet for 2 days and comes back like nothing happened. You pick right back up. She forgets a plan. You tell her it's fine. Every time you say it's fine when it isn't, you're teaching her where your floor is. Not because she's calculating it. She's probably not even aware. But people treat you according to what you allow. That's just how it works. Slowly, without you noticing, the floor drops. You think you're being patient, mature, not dramatic. And some of it is that. But some of it is something else. You've been so focused on keeping her around that somewhere along the way you stop keeping yourself. That's not patience. That's what it looks like when a man has been operating from fear long enough that he forgot he was allowed to have standards. All 7 of these feel like effort, like you're doing more than the guy who doesn't try. But every single one comes from the same place. You're so focused on whether she's gonna leave that you already left. You left yourself. The guy she's supposed to be attracted to checked out the moment he started being afraid. Which one of these hit closest to home for you? Drop it in the comments. And the next video covers what happens when you actually stop running that fear.